welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, go into the description box below and download the One Football app using that link in the description box below. They're sponsoring me now, they're sponsoring the channel now, so do me a favor and go over there and download the One Football app using that link below. If you like what you see from this channel, if you want to see more, make sure you bang that link out. Go get your wife's, get your girlfriend, go get your mum's, dad's phone, get your daughter's, son's phone, and download the One Football app on that phone using that link to people. Now, I wish I could be a lot happier today. It's Friday, work done. This was meant to be the Q&A vid, but other news has taken over. Big news at Arsenal. The captaincy choice has been decided according to Ornstein on Twitter, and it's gone to Granit Xhaka. It's crazy to me. Where do I even begin? I'll tell you where I'm going to begin. I'm going to begin this week. What's all the talk been about? It's been about Granit Xhaka. Is he good enough to start for Arsenal? Now he's been made captain, official captain. That's mad to me. I made a video a few weeks ago and I did throw a tweet out there saying that if Xhaka is made permanent captain, then it will be Emery's downfall. I'll stick by that. And the reason I tweeted that, the reason I made a video about captaincy a few weeks ago is because Emery in a press conference, I think the language barrier caused a bit of an issue. And he said he's going to select his 5 captains next week. The reporter thought that he said he's going to select his final captain. Lost in translation a bit, but either didn't happen anyway. That from the start of the season and from last season, we've all been crying out for one captain, but we've also all been crying out that no one really deserves it. Now, Xhaka for me is a leader. He's clean the probably the biggest leader we have in terms of a role model on the pitch, but he's a striker. For me, you need to get your captain in the middle of the park, either centre-back or centre-mid, possibly full-backs, but in my opinion, I'm a fan of a centre-back or a centre-mid. Maybe I'm a bit old school in that sense. And I'm guessing that's where Emery's gone, and that's what his thinking is based around by selecting Granit Xhaka. I know Rob Holding came out yesterday and said that the captaincy has been voted on, and Emery will look into the names voted by each member of the squad. Now, for me, I don't believe that Granit Xhaka was voted for by the squad. In my honest opinion, I've gone through players and tried to work out who would vote for who, and I just can't see Granit Xhaka winning that. He's a liability, number one. If we know it as fans, the best believe the players know it. Then when he comes out and says things like, everyone looks at the mistakes, no one looks at the chances missed, kind of shifting the blame to the attack. That is not a captain. That is not a leader. A couple of weeks later, Oba counters him and says, we are too sloppy at the back. We make defensive mistakes. A lot of that is down to Granit Xhaka. So in my opinion, that showed some problems in the camp, I think. I think the ownership of issues, the ownership of the start of our season really has to fall onto the middle of the park for me. Yes, we know defensively, historically, we've had problems. And it wasn't going to be fixed with a David Luiz signing, Tierney and Bellerin injured, and Holding. So we've got pretty much what we've expected from the backline. But the middle of the park, where Granit Xhaka's been here 3 years, where Torreira and Guendouzi have been here a year now, Willock has been at Arsenal a while, breaking through. You'd think that that's the position where we are pretty solid in. There was a comment, and one of the questions that I got from our Q&A was, is the middle as big a concern as the backline? And yes, it is. Side by side, they're equally concerning for me. So the captain, listen, Ornstein said it. He is a very, very reliable source. So I tend to believe it. I'm hoping he's wrong. He's also mentioned that Xhaka and Oba are the candidates for vice captain, but that hasn't been sorted yet. Probably because Emery tends not to start both of them. So that would be interesting to see who's vice. But in my opinion, if it is Granit Xhaka that is the captain of Arsenal Football Club, we are fucked. We are fucked. Now we're 5 minutes in. A lot of the people that want to just tune in for a rant and this and that would have switched off by now. But listen, after my interview for AFTV after the Villa game, I was very vocal about Granit Xhaka. He didn't have the poorest of games, but I expect a lot more from someone who's been here 3 years, someone who's been the consistent captain in the side this season so far, someone who talks the talk, but time and time fails to walk the walk. Very vocal about it. Mentioned his mum giving him the keys and whatnot, and like the bullshit he says as to why he should be a leader. Funnily enough, Monday I was in a meeting. I come out of the meeting, open my phone. Granit Xhaka wants to send you a message. Now, I wasn't going to tell people this because I wanted Xhaka to reply. He hasn't responded since. But what happened was he sent me a message. He deleted the message. So when I saw the notification and I opened Granit Xhaka wants to send you a message, the message was deleted, but it's still asking me whether I want to accept, deny, or whatever it is on Instagram. I've accepted it. And I messaged him back just saying that you've messaged me, so let's talk. Like, nothing will leave this conversation. And I'm a man of my word. I just wanted to have a talk with him. Obviously, he's seen some of the things I've had to say. He must have an opinion on it because he messaged me, but he backtracked on it and took it away. Maybe he was worried about some of the things. I don't care. I don't know. So I reached out in hand and I said, listen, let's talk. He didn't take it. He read it. He didn't respond. And a few hours later on Monday night, it was around 11 something in the evening, I messaged him again, breaking it down a bit more, saying, if you find my criticism harsh, then let me know if it's affecting you. Not that I will stop, but I might tone it down a bit. And then I went on further to say, I expect more from you being here 3 years. I expect more being the captain and so-called leader of the side, a lot more. That's what I said. He's a senior member of the team, so I expect a lot more. Wrote that all up in a message, and I ended it with, I want you to be the captain and leader we need, and I want you to prove me wrong. Because if you do, it benefits Arsenal Football Club. And that's what I love, Arsenal Football Club. Sent the message, and within 30 seconds, Granit Xhaka reads it. But doesn't reply. That's fair enough. Obviously, I've been talking hella shit about him. Fair enough. Obviously, he doesn't like my opinion on him. I've offered the chance to talk. What people need to understand, and I've said it before, after games you're a lot more emotional and a lot more riled up than you would be sitting here talking in front of a camera or sitting here after a match day or before a match day. It's very different emotions. So at times I can go over the top in interviews naturally, because that's just how I feel. And seeing Granit Xhaka go off and us turning the game around and he going off the whole heap of boos, I focused on him a bit in the AFTV interview, as well as Guendouzi, as well as Saka, as well as a lot of the positives. Lo and behold, here we are, end of the week, and he's been made official captain, which is utter madness to me. I feel like Emery doesn't really know what he's doing in that sense, and he's letting me down. I've been a staunch supporter of him, saying he needs the whole 2 years. But the way we've started this season, now the captaincy choice, and the way he's gone about it, I think it was July times he said, a captain will be selected. He also said he prefers them to be an English captain, I think he said that, which swayed towards a Rob Holding for me. And if Rob Holding returns fit well and continues to develop well enough, then that would be a candidate better than Xhaka for me. But we've jumped the gun a bit. So Emery moves on into the season, chopping and changing captains a bit. Obviously, Xhaka being the most consistent, Ozil gets a chance. And when you look at the last few years, there was a report saying Arsenal are the only club to have given out the captaincy as much as we have done to so many players. I should have had the report next to me. I had to read out how many times Koscielny was captain, Xhaka, Ozil. It's silly to me. It's silly. Like, you need that one captain, that one leader, and then a vice who can maybe translate between the frontline team and the captain, and then the captain between the manager. But moving into the season, like I said earlier, there was that press conference where Emery said he's going to make his 5 captain choice next week. They thought he said final captain. It went into the news reports, final captain to be. It wasn't to be. Nothing happened. Fell on deaf ears. That was like 2.5 weeks ago now. And yet again, new news yesterday, Rob Holding says Emery has asked them to vote for a captain. For me, over the last 2 months, we've heard very different things. We've heard things from we want 1 captain, preferably English, to 5 captains, now to the captain's going to be voted for by the team. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the idea of giving the team the vote for captaincy that bodes well for me. I think you select who they want to listen to on the pitch, who they want to lead, or who they want to be led by. Sorry, that works well for me. But I fail to see our team, our players voting for Granit Xhaka. I don't see Guendouzi voting for Xhaka. I don't see Torreira voting for Xhaka. I don't see Oba voting for Xhaka. I don't see Saka voting for Xhaka. I don't see Pepe voting for Xhaka. I don't see men. Listen, I don't. And if they did, it's probably because, they feel sorry for him. He got booed. He's in his emotions. He's tried to message me, which indicates that he is in his feelings a little bit. I'm sorry, but it's not good. Like, we need to be ruthless with these decisions now, and it's just fucked. How can Granit Xhaka be Arsenal Football Club's captain? It is madness. It's upset me, you know. It's proper upset me. Not that we have a clear front runner for it, but the fact that he's now the official captain. When you look back in the history books and you read, Tony Adams was captain for this era, Patrick Vieira was captain for this era. Oh, Thierry Henry and Gilberto, Fabregas came through a big. Good names. Oh, Gallas. Oh, Arteta. Oh, Ozil, Xhaka. What the fuck has happened to our captaincy? What has happened to the role of captain and leader at Arsenal Football Club? Where did it all go wrong? I know it went wrong under Wenger, but can't Emery bring it back in? For fuck's sake, I believe look, this is my honest opinion on it. I believe that Emery did give the vote to the players. I believe the players did vote, and their vote will become vice captain. Hence why Oba and Laka apparently are the choices for vice captain. But I think Emery's picked the captain. So I think the vote went down to vice. So I think Emery's picked Xhaka, and the highest votes was for Oba and Laka, and I believe that a choice will be made out of them two. For me, I said it, Emery will die on Xhaka's sword. I said it in my interview, and I said it a few weeks ago that it will be his downfall, and I can't see past it. I can't see, and I'm not saying we can't get Champions League with Xhaka. I'll say it again. I'm still confident of getting top 4 in Champions League with Granit Xhaka. Still confident. When I look at Man United, when I look at Chelsea, and even Tottenham at times, I'm still very confident of getting top 4. It's just that now Emery's made him captain, and now if Emery persists with him for 30 plus games starting at Arsenal Football Club, and the same mistakes and errors continue to be shown to us week in, week out, then I will question Emery come summer, even with Champions League football, because Granit Xhaka can't be the man to lead us into Champions League, to lead us onto better things. You could have anyone in the back line, anyone up front, and when you got someone who's as sloppy as Xhaka and immobile as Xhaka in the middle in the Premier League, you're going to suffer. I'll go as far as to say he is the worst centre mid we have at the club at the moment. Willock, more promising, more energetic, more dynamic, more box-to-box, better on the ball. Torreira breaks up play a lot better, gets around the pitch a lot more, does his job a lot better than Granit Xhaka does, whether it's defensively or offensively, what he's asked for. Guendouzi, need I say more? This season, he's shown leadership. He's shown things that Xhaka has failed to show me in 3 years. So for me, right now, as I see the squad, Xhaka is 4th choice centre mid for me. But in Emery's eyes, he is the first choice captain, leader. Madness. Madness. Like I said, I'm trying not to let it get to me too much. Obviously, still support the team, still back the team, still confident of top 4. But this decision is just, it damages morale a bit for me. Like, it really does. Like, to think captain of this great, great club is now Granit Xhaka. Makes me sick. It's all good and well giving Walcott the captaincy for 1 game because of his whatever appearance or birthday. I forgot what it was that Wenger gave him the captaincy for. It's all good and well giving it to Ozil here and there. But now it seems we're making Granit Xhaka permanent captain. History books, Arsenal 2019-20 captain Granit Xhaka. Wipe that off the fucking history books, because that's not something I want to see. It's not something that's going to benefit Arsenal Football Club moving forward. That's my honest opinion. I actually feel sick, upset, angry, disappointed in Emery. But it's going to be interesting to see Man United away now. Obviously, with this news, Xhaka will start. I was quite doubtful that Xhaka will start considering he was booed off and subbed off and the game changed to an extent when he came off. But now it seems like he's being made captain. He's going to be put straight back in the starting lineup. He should be on the bench against United. But if he's our captain, he will be starting. Because I'm tired of our captains being like Per Mertesacker on the bench for a whole season, or Koscielny injured for a whole season, or whoever the fuck it is. The captain needs to be playing week in, week out. Now we've given it to the donkey in the middle. We are fucked. We are fucked. I can't see that. Like I said to him, like I messaged him, he saw it. I want you to be the captain and leader we need. Because best believe we need a captain and a leader. I don't believe in you, but I want you to prove me wrong. That's all it is. I've proved many people wrong over the years. Some people right. But that's life. That's life. Don't get in your feelings about it. Don't get upset about it. Don't let it damage your morale. Fix up. Do your job. There's even more responsibility on your shoulders now as permanent captain. Yeah? So listen to the fans a bit more. Yeah? Work on your game a bit more. Because you've got a lot of development you can do. That right foot of yours is shit, mate. The left foot is barely good. The right foot is shit. You're too immobile, too stiff. I've said it before, you're a wardrobe in the middle. But it's up to you to prove me wrong. You either prove me wrong or you prove me right, like Mr. Ozil has been doing for the past year. I was a massive fan of Ozil. But the tide turned. I got on his back. So did a lot of other fans. What does he do? Crawl and go under his shell. Because that's the sort of... He's a weak, mentally weak man. Instead of wanting to prove doubters wrong, he hides in his shell. The greatest players all had doubters. The greatest players, Zidane, R9 when he came back from the injury. Zidane at the last World Cup when he was old and people doubting whether he could do it. Ronaldinho. Even people like Rooney. Van Persie because of injuries. Fabregas because of his age. There's been so many different areas of criticism for different players. Great players, average. It's up to you to stay strong and prove people like me wrong. Because I am one of many. But it's so hard for Arsenal fans at the stadium to turn on the player. So for me to hear you, Granit Xhaka, booed off the pitch against Villa, it speaks volumes that the fan base, a lot of the fans in the stadium booed you off the pitch. That's nothing to do with me. That's nothing to do with AFTV. There's nothing to do with troops, League Gunner, League judges, whoever's had a bad word to say about you. It's to do with you, your performances, your leadership, and your ownership in general. So now you've been placed captain. I have high doubts. But it's up to you, Granit Xhaka, to prove us all wrong. And I hope you do, because it will be for the benefit of Arsenal Football Club, and that's all I want. That's all I talk for. That's all I want to see. So yeah, people, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Granit Xhaka being named captain. Are you as dejected as I am? Can he prove us wrong? Can Granit Xhaka prove us wrong? Will he prove us wrong? Who would you have selected as captain? Let me know in the comments below. But if it was me, I would have waited a couple of weeks, probably given it to Rob Holding, and maybe a backup vice captain to maybe a lacquer. At least you get both positions covered, leadership from both sides. But for me, we're a bit premature with making that decision on Xhaka. Let me know what you guys think below. Thanks for all the feedback, comments, love, subscribers, all of that. Big things to come this season from this channel. I'm working on a few things. Hopefully they come into play real soon. But love people, hit the like button, download the OneFootball app, comment below. The Q&A will be out probably later this weekend, maybe early next week after the United game. Continue getting your questions in on the community tab. Go check the post over there and get your questions in, and I'll make sure I get through them all, people. Love.